Okay, 1, 2, action. What is up guys, Fahan here with Za once again, and today we have Leon from Motor Sport. How are you, man?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah. And Za, once again, I want to congratulate you on your new bike, the Kymco DTX 360.
Yes, finally I have a new upgraded my ride, and we have done the unboxing, and it was very sweet memory.
We are here at Motor Sport, specifically we're at the TVS showroom because as you know, Motor Sport also carries TVS and Kymco also Today we're going to talk about Motor Sport itself the history, why they carry the Kymco and TVS brands into Singapore. Okay, so maybe the first question I start So how long have you guys been around, and what kind of bikes you guys brought in?
Motorsport has been around for around 30 years. So as you know, we are part of the Chong group. When we first got the brand Kymco itself, then that was about the same time that we started up this company. Motorsport is considered the workshop arm and also the motorcycle arm of Chong itself. So we bring in Kymco and TVS as of today.
Besides these two brands, are there any other brands that you had brought in before?
For Motorsport itself, these are the only two brands that we have in terms of the motorcycles, as we are the agents for these two brands.
What are some of the popular models that, in Singapore in particular? I think the downtown is quite popular, is it?
So for Kymco itself, our downtown is very popular. As you know, Class 2B segment is the largest among the three classes. Our downtown is popular for its comfort and its under-seat storage of up to 2 helmets. So at 199cc, not many scooters are at the top of the limit. So downtown itself is very popular. But on the road as well, I think our older Exciting 400i model you'll be able to see as well.
Yes, I remember seeing Exciting 400 when it first came. It was, wow, so very beautiful, It's very sharp, angular lines, and it looks very futuristic for its time.
I think the downtown, as you mentioned, is specifically made for the Singapore market, is it?
Yes, correct. If you were to see at other parts of the world, internationally they are all either 350cc or they are 125. So only for Singapore itself, because of our class license, they purposely downbore the 350cc engine to a 200cc engine so that we're able to use in our Class 2B category. And that's why when you use our Downtown 200, you'll realize that the vibration is very minimal and it's a very, very powerful bike.
It's like you're riding a Class 2A.
Class 2A.
But it's a 2B.
How reputable is Kymco's brand in Taiwan?
As you know, Kymco is from Taiwan. Their factory is particularly located in Kaohsiung itself. Kymco is one of the top 3 brands in Taiwan itself. So rank 1 is Yamaha in Taiwan. So for second and third ranking, it's usually a fight between SYM and Kymco itself. So they are always overtaking each other, always trying to find ways. So they are direct competitors in the domestic Taiwan market itself.
That explains why Kymco and SYM has 2 different agents.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next question is burning for quite some time. And there have been assumptions that Kymco spare parts are like slightly more pricier than the mainstream scooters from Japanese brands like Honda, Yamaha. What do you make of that?
I'm going to be honest with everyone here, including the viewers itself. Kymco spare parts are generally more expensive than the outside common models. Okay, so there are a few reasons for that. So the first reason is because all of its spare parts, mainly the outer component, even the engine itself, are made directly from the factory from Kaohsiung in Taiwan itself. So certain components like the belting is from Mitsubishi Japan. So these are things that they don't make themselves. They import it from an outside supplier and then they put it in. So even the EFI system as well is from Keihin, and their ABS is from Bosch as well. So some of the components that they have, they are not willing to compromise, maybe to do it in China or to do it in neighboring countries where they're able to lower the cost. They are still very persistent in making sure that quality matters and that they do it in their factory in Taiwan. So as for other motorcycle brands that might be produced in local neighboring countries, definitely the prices for those parts and components are altered to that country's GDP and affordability.
So it's to the point of quality whereby even BMW and Kawasaki also engage them.
So on 2 particular models that they engage to do up the bikes for them. Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually very surprised that BMW asked Kymco to produce the engine for their C-Series scooters. If a big reputable European brand partner with Taiwanese brand. Oh, why not? Must be a good bike.
Yeah, it's also the same with TVS also. What?
Correct.
Yeah.
Same BMW partner, correct.
So how strong is Kymco's presence across the causeway or maybe around Southeast Asia in general, given that scooters is a major form of transport in the region?
Back in the days, Kymco started off primarily in scooters, so that's what they are popular for. When they slowly spread their influence out of Taiwan itself, definitely Southeast Asia is a place that they will begin with before heading off to other parts like the Europe or America itself. Our neighboring country, let's talk about our neighboring country, which is Malaysia itself. They have the Kymco brand itself, but it's not branded as Kymco. It's rebranded as another brand called Modernas. So for that, they'll have a different classification of scooters that they have. That is some of them are slightly different from the models that we have in Singapore, but entirely they are all eventually from Taiwan factory itself. So for other parts of Southeast Asia, other than the two of us, the most prominent one that you'll find is actually Kymco Philippines. They are quite big and actually they are quite loud on social media as well. So you'll be able to find them doing all sorts of stuff, and they organize many rides and many other events as well, based locally in Philippines.
Why did Motor Sport decide to bring TVS into Singapore?
So we have been working with Kymco for about 30 years. So on our end, Kymco is known for their scooters and ATV in other countries, but we feel that there's a side of us that needs another component. For example, other than just scooter, we have customers base whom are interested in motorcycle itself. And for us, if we are just agent of Kymco, we cannot provide the sort of needs that the customer wants. So TVS has been a partner that we worked with 10 years ago, but back then, due to certain standards that Singapore regulation has done, their motorcycles not able to comply. But over a decade, they have improved tremendously, and like we mentioned before, they're working with BMW, they're working with big brands. So their motorcycles are of certain qualities, and that's why we decided to work together and bring back TVS as our motorcycle arm in Singapore itself.
So what are the kind of after-sales support that Motorsport provides for the Kymco brand?
We have a dedicated workshop, which is our workshop. We are dedicated to serve our Kymco customers. So other than just being a workshop itself, our spare part storage is actually directly just above. So any needs for any change of parts or any form of servicing, we're able to do it quickly, and there's not much delay. Like we don't have to travel to places to get spare parts from another area. Customer have a longer waiting time. So we keep things short and simple, and customers able to proceed on with their daily commute. So other than that, we also help with accident. So if customers face any form of accident and they require certain advice or some suggestions, then on our end, we are there to provide those advice. Then if let's say any legal help is needed, we also can recommend legal advice or legal help so that customers can get what they need. So on our end, what we provide is entirely to assist our own customers, Kymco customers, to whatever they need within our capacity.
Does Kymco plan to bring in more models into Singapore?
Yes, so as of now, we are intending to bring in 2 more models closer to the second half of this year. Definitely we can await for that. So there will be 2 new models that is already out in Taiwan and even Philippines itself, and we are quite eager to bring it to the public here in Singapore.
You mind sharing what models, or you want to keep it a surprise first?
It is out in the market, but so it will be the new version of the exciting 400S and the AK550 Premium. So these 2 are, there have been quite a bit of a hoo-ha about these 2 new model, even though they are an upgrade from the older ones. But it's something that we ourselves are excited to bring in and to showcase to the rest of Singapore as well.
Cool. Looking forward to that.
Yes,
but okay, I saw on Kymco's official website there is the 3-wheeler scooter. Do you bring that in as well?
So the 3-wheeler scooter is the first 3-wheeler scooter that Kymco has ever produced. It is called the CV3. It is at 550cc. It is a brand new model that we've just brought in very early this year. It is quite an interesting bike because for the front two wheels, they are working independently. So they do not, let's say if you were to go up a hump, if let's say the road is uneven, the wheels are able to move on their own and still maintain stability for the customers itself. Not like certain models where the two wheels are kind of locked together in the system, where if you were to go into certain uneven roads on one particular tire, the other one is affected as well. So that's the one thing that brings comfort to our customers who have bought the bike, and from their feedback, it is very stable and they really enjoy the bike itself.
You happen to have a demo bike or not? but they want 500cc. Only you can try lah. Only you can try lah. I cannot try. I can just look and feel it.
I can sit on top.
I can just sit on top.
Correct.
Okay.
So certainly it's been very enlightening lah to know about Kymco's presence here in Singapore, which I feel that generally riders would overlook lah.
Yes. I think because the in Singapore's market is being how should I say, it's flooded with the Japanese brand, Yamahas and Hondas, every other brand is like the underdog. Sideline, it's being sidelined. Hopefully with this video, it being more exposure to the brand, and who knows, more increased sales for for you guys, yeah.
Most important, I think it gives riders an option out there, rather than hearing from your friends, oh, this one good, this one good. They should have a chat with you lah. So maybe you can share to the audience where they can find you guys, if you want to have a look at the bike or find you to have a talk with.
So you're able to find us at for Kymco showroom itself is block 3007 Ubi Road 1, so 01446. Then for our TVS showroom itself, we're just one street behind, so it's at 3006, so it's at 01350, and that's where you're able to find our TVS showroom. And lastly, our workshop is within the Ubi area, Ubi vicinity, so it's at Ubi Road 1, block 3020A, and that's within the JTC Gantry compound.
So other than that, they got social media also, you can get in touch with them from there lah.
Yes. There's the link.
Once again, Leon, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very
this
much.
conversation, and getting to know Motorsport, the Kymco brand, and everything lah. And once again, congrats to Zah here on his new bike. Power. Jealous already.
So don't worry, there will be my personal bike review of my bike, and then long-term review, and we'll be doing several more videos on customization and updates of my bike.
So I think for some riders who are skeptical about the DTX 360, like you want one foot in the door, but the other foot outside the door, want to get, well, maybe we can clear some doubts with Zah here lah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And that's it for the vlog. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Give me all of your lies, 'cause you're my demon.